Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes. Hello.
Merry Christmas! Ho 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 ho. Isn't that the language of the day? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was. There we go. I had an echo here. I was trying to find which tab it was coming from. I always hear people saying that, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but I don't think this is quite what they meant.
Well, we are somewhere. We
Yep.
are happening. We are the number one place in the world today, and we're going to be for the next 48 hours as
Yep.
we sit here and babble our mouths off as though we actually have some brains behind it and pretend we're smart.
Yep.
For the next couple days.
Yeah, we've
For your
got
entertainment.
we've got a couple dozen people lined up to all take turns at this.
Oof, oof.
So,
Oof.
but yes, since it's 5 o'clock here, that means that it is now after midnight in American Samoa.
America.
The island of Samoa is split in half by the international date line, which means it is officially Christmas Day in Pago Pago.
Now, we got Pago, we got New York. And I know New York is the town so nice they named it twice. But is Pago so nice they named it twice too? And wouldn't that have to rhyme better?
Well, I would guess that the people who first got there probably. I have no idea what Pago Pago means.
Well, I'm sure it doesn't mean sex tool.
Yeah.
Toy. I mean toy. I didn't mean tool. I meant toy.
Yes, an atheist carpenter is in New Zealand.
That's right.
So it is now toy, Christmas Day there.
Tool depending on how you use it or who's using it.
So we have Atheist Carpenter, My Unfinished Journey, and Katina Pat Boaz. I think I got that right.
Yeah, there's a lot of names I'm not familiar with, I must say. This year, it seemed like, I know that you're planning on it a couple of months ago on the marathon here. Setting up dates and times and getting people to sign up and to come in. But it seemed to just suddenly come together in the last several days, like boom.
Yeah. Well, and that's what happens every year. As I start talking about it, like, in September, October, and I get a bunch of people say that they want to be on, but until it's less than 2 weeks before Christmas, nobody will give me a time. No one will commit to a specific time.
Yeah, that's something that's changed in the world.
Yep.
That bothers me.
We've got Greg Hartwick and Look at the Trees. So everybody asks, like, what is your best or worst gift you've ever received? But what is the most unusual gift that you've ever received?
How would we classify unusual?
Whatever you think was, just unexpected, weird.
Oh, come on. Have a little structure. Jeez. These mealy-mouthed hippies. Well, my strangest gift, I guess, would have to also be my worst gift. But I don't want to start the day off with that story.
Okay.
We want to be positive, and it's not really positive, but it is weird. How about you? What's your weirdest?
Well, actually, my weirdest I'm going to get on Friday.
Oh, and what might that be?
Well, surgery that they were telling me that the surgeon was scheduled out through the end of April, and they weren't scheduling anymore beyond that. But I got a call that said they had a cancellation, so that if I could be there on Friday, they can do it.
Oh, when?
This Friday, like, in 4 days, 3 days.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Geez, talk about all of a sudden.
Yep. So I'm getting boobies for Christmas. Mommy and Sis'll be mad. I'm getting boobies for Christmas, like I always wished I had had.
Well, congratulations. That
Yeah, like
is,
I said, I expected I was going to have to wait at least like 6 months. So,
well, you're not gonna.
yep.
So you have transport arranged, and
Yeah.
you're going to be down for not quite a while, but
Well, and that's why I was hustling trying to get my apartment more picked up
uh-huh.
because Molly will drive me. And then Sloth Girl's son is going to come and stay with me for a week.
Oh, how nice. Molly, if you're out there, thank you. Oh, and speaking of thank you, there's a guy out there in the chat I'd like to um, pass my deepest thanks to. You know who you are, and you know why. Kiss, kiss.
Oh, somebody got you a good present.
And I am unworthy. Thank you. And Jer and Katina. I don't know Katina. Oh my gosh.
No, I
And
don't know Katina either. Look at the tree said I got 2 tickets to the body exhibit one year. It was weird and awesome.
the oh
Is that the one
oh
that they actually had like actual human bodies encased in plastic so you could like see them without the skin?
or the one where they remove the entire nervous system from a body and then have it cast into a
Yeah.
position. Yeah, those are funky, weird, but wow, they're so cool.
Oh, I'm sure I didn't see you come in.
I'd let them do that to me if they want.
Yeah, I know it got some controversy because apparently some of the people who had donated their bodies that their surviving family did not know that they would be used for something like that, and some of them were quite upset.
Yeah, well, there's just a bunch of people who are so squeamish and immature about their squeamishness
Yeah,
because they want to make sure that nobody else has to experience what they get freaked out about.
yeah.
Go sit on people. Go on, go on. Over there in the yellow chair.
Well, Sloth Girl did donate her body for medical research,
Mm-hmm.
so
Oh,
they didn't tell me. I didn't get any specifics on what they did with it, but um, it took
is
about 3 months before they returned the cremated remains to me.
okay.
So
Well,
hopefully they
um,
learned something useful. They'll help keep other people alive.
as long as you didn't end up at the Matt Gates School of Anatomy.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I think she would approve of that joke.
Oh yeah. Oh, and okay, for anyone who hasn't heard yet, we're trying to start a thing on the internet that anytime you hear a bad pun or a joke that just makes you shake your head or roll your eyes, we want you to respond with the sloth emoji in honor of
Oh,
Sloth Girl. This is how we're going to commemorate her.
oh,
And then
bother.
in 10 years, when parents are wondering why their kids are responding to their jokes with the sloth, no one will have any idea. It's just going to be our little group who will know what it was about.
I think it's a good idea. I think we should be doing that.
Oh, yeah. I just want to get more widespread.
I'm just trying to find my sloth picture to put as my avatar. Damn. Oh, I should have thought of that earlier.
Yeah.
Stop whining. Just stop whining. God, I hate it when I whine.
Yeah, I had wanted to see that human body exhibit when it was at the Science Museum in St. Paul, but that there was a huge upcharge for it beyond the normal museum fee,
Oh, there you are.
and we had gone as a group, so
There we are. There, is that better?
oh yes, that's a very nice sloth. That is just the kind of sloth that was her tattoo.
Yeah, that's the standard Apple emoji. Sloth.
Yep, her tattoo wasn't original. It was drawn by the tattoo artist, and I
Oh,
really didn't think I'd ever get another tattoo, but um, we all agreed, you know, while she was still alive, and we could have conversations with her whole family. So her son and her daughter and I are all going to get her sloth on our arms too.
doner kebabs. Okay. Mmm, doner kebabs. What?
Oh, well, is that doner kebabs or doner kebabs? Yeah.
Well, I don't think the doners would have kebabbed anything. I think they were probably too hungry. Just got it hot and ate it. Speaking of
Excuse
which,
me.
I got tomorrow for my special Christmas dinner. I've got a DiGiorno's pizza that I'm going to load up with extra stuff because they don't put the right and enough stuff on there. And I'm going to have I have some chocolate milk. I'm going to have a chocolate milk, and I think I'm going to have a piece of pumpkin pie, and 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 maybe a reindeer or two if I can find one early enough. Takes a while for them to cook.
Unfinished Journey says my most memorable Christmas present was my dad's integrity. Yeah, I'll bet that's quite a story.
Mhm. Well, you should tell us the story. We'll wait. You
Yeah,
just type away, and we'll check in
yeah.
anytime it's filled up, and we'll share with everybody. And what
Well,
the hell,
and I
we'll
would
put it in our book.
definitely love to hear from the people in the side chat what their answers were to the most unusual Christmas present they ever got, or present in general. It doesn't have to be Christmas. I have also decided to make an emotional decision that I know is not logically smart.
Oh well, please tell me. I like things that aren't logically smart.
I've decided to give up on rehoming Ethan.
Oh, that is not logically smart.
Well, but see, after I got the name changed, so I had to have a new lease made up and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, although I'd been living here for 4 years at that point, the building manager did not realize I had a cat. So I don't know if when she had been in here, if she thought the cat towers were some type of modern art pieces or what. But
Well, people can be
no,
quite oblivious.
yeah.
I
Well,
know. I'm
so
pretty good with it.
if I wait 4 years without her realizing I had one cat, I think as long as she doesn't see Sammy and Ethan in the same room together, that she's probably not going to realize I've got three.
Well, it sounds like you got about 12 years.
That's what I'm going for. Because both Sammy and Petunia are, they're getting on in years. They're seniors.
Hey, is it immoral this being Christmas Eve day, would it be immoral to like wake and bake?
Nah, celebrate however you want.
Okay, Jesus, come here. Boy, did you see that wharf
Oh,
thing out in California? I think it was, yeah, California. There, those big wharfs that are out there that have shops and eat here and
yeah.
arcades and stuff as you go out to the end of the wharf. One of those collapsed
Mm.
yesterday in the weather. They're apparently having some really bad windstorms and the ocean's getting kind of persnickety.
Yeah, were there any people, lost or killed?
I heard that there were 3 people who went down with the ship, so to speak, but that they were rescued by people who were around in their jet skis and stuff like that.
Okay, that's why I was wondering about, like, if there were people who were in the shops when it collapsed.
Well,
Yeah,
that's okay. Look, you're much younger than I am, and I'm kind of like that way all the time now. As you get older, you'll find, and it just takes a little more just to push you over the edge there and into La La Land. And I don't mean California. I mean dancing around in the backyard here and going la 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 la,
tilting windmills. Yeah,
because that's what
we've
we
got
do
a
for
bunch of people
entertainment.
here that we usually don't see in our chats.
Well, there's lots of names that I don't recognize. Are you guys intentionally just happen to fall on our spot?
Well, like I said, except for Katina, I recognize them all from other channels. Most of them were usually on Bad Science Sunday on Maya's channel.
Ah, okay. Well, then, welcome all you new people who I don't know,
Yep.
and welcome Katina, who nobody knows.
Well, thank you for joining us at this, what is in the U.S. an insane hour of the morning.
God fucking damn it, 5 a.m.
Yeah, it's still too early for the farmers to get up and milk the cows yet.
No, they don't even start. They don't even start screaming about it for another hour.
Yep.
Mm, mm.
Tilting Windmill says, I'm going to bed shortly, though. Only recently began following your channel. Well, nice to have you here. Okay, Liam Wakefield is saying, my most memorable Xmas present was a large fan from IKEA, which my girlfriend labeled as from your second biggest fan.
Aw,
I
that's
came home
borderline
from work the
romantic.
next July to find her with the sax player from her band. Oh,
Oh man,
ah,
that sucks. I hate it when people are not monogamous when they pledge to be and stuff. That just
yeah.
sucks.
Well, I'm open with that right from the beginning when I get in a relationship that I'm not wired for monogamy. I have to. It's got to be polyamory or some type of open thing, and it's like I'm not going to do anything without telling you about it, but I need some flexibility in that.
Once a slut, always a slut.
Yep.
Is it like a pledge that you take?
Well,
How much are the dues to the club?
well, I do like both men and women is part of it. So, you know, whoever I'm with, I'm always going to be, having some interest in the other sex. And also, I've never believed there were only two sexes. I've expanded now, but I had gone through most of my life with the assumption there were 7 sexes. It just seemed like a good number. Atheist Carpenter says all the people you don't recognize must be Secret Santas. And Beverly Howard, another new person for our channel.
Beverly Howard? Are you kidding? Bev, are you here? Yeah, you owe me some money, lady. Like that 20 that I lent you last year. I want it back.
Okay, and Katina says that they're usually listening to Bad Science Sunday or Dapper Dino's channel or Pocket Locker. So yeah, I don't know
Ooh,
why I didn't recognize her then. That somebody who hangs out in the same channels.
my unfinished what? Could I ask? I can't see the whole thing on here.
Unfinished Journey.
Unfinished journey. I see. I like the Plymouth Superbird too. That's cool. It was so cool, that NASCAR Bandit.
Yeah, I used to build model cars. When I was like in junior high, and I had a not a huge collection, but I had a shelf full of them that I was very proud of. And one time my sister wound up babysitting a kid, and for some reason having the kid over at our house instead of her going over there. And the kid flipped over the shelf and crushed all my models.
They what on the shelf?
It flipped over the shelf and crushed all my models.
Oh man, damn kids.
So apparently my sister wasn't watching them all that well, because what the hell were they doing in my room? Oh, okay. Beverly is from Apostate Linda James channel. Okay, sorry. I'm horrible at recognizing people, even recognizing names. But now I know who you are.
Kids are stupid and mean.
Yeah, the kid was just being a brat having a tantrum. That was all.
Oh, that's a definite recipe for hate. I was into model stuff, but I was into like airplane and stuff and space stuff and antique airplane stuff and sex toys and things like that.
Well, when I got the Star Trek technical manual, I then went and I bought 5 of the model kits to build the original Enterprise, and I hacked them to build one of every ship that was in the technical manual. So I built a tug and a destroyer, just kit bashing them.
That would be interesting to see.
Yeah, that was fun. It was more creative than just following the instructions. I also made a model dragon that was about 3 feet long. That I did the skeleton and covered it with some soft foam, and then covered it with the tissue paper and the model airplane dope.
You know, the just the fact that you had that dragon, I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did you know that dragon will never explode? No, a dynamite.
Oh, that's a sloth joke.
Yeah, that's inspired by the sloth.
Trees, what's this link that you put in the chat? Oh, okay, that's a Pasta Babes link. Yeah, she'll be coming in at like midnight, depending on the time zone you're in. And Regios is our newest Patreon subscriber.
Hey, Regios. 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 Regigo. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's a zero. Reggie zeros.
I've been pronouncing it Regios, and I haven't been corrected yet, so I figured I must be close. Or maybe he just never noticed me. But I see everybody putting sloths in the chat there for your joke.
Now, Regios, you don't have to get out of bed. You just go right back to bed and you watch the stream on a phone in bed. There's no reason for you to get up. It's just too early. Stop it.
Well, at some point you'll have to get up to go to the bathroom and get something to drink. But other than that, yeah, you can just stay in bed for the next 48 hours. One night close to Christmas, I was taking the trash out, and I saw that catalog on top when I opened the trash can. I opened the catalog and saw the order form was still intact. Oh. I'm sorry, I missed highlighting where Unfinished Journey was talking about, trying to give their parents very heavy hints about what they wanted.
Well, at least you knew what you weren't going to get. You know, everything after that is a surprise.
Yeah. Oh.
Boy, it's a bunch of caffeine I'm having this time of the morning. I'm never going to get back to sleep.
Yeah, well, I had to get up early this morning and I was planning to take a nap, but there's so much going on I never got to, so I'm going to have to take a nap at some point this morning and wind up missing a couple of the streams. I'm going to have to find some place that I can get 4 to 6 hours in.
Well, I'm going to be on. Let's see, is that today or tomorrow? I think it's today. The Kentucky Atheist is going to be doing something, and I'm going to go in and say fuck God a lot, and let's see, and then I'm going to. I think it's tonight. Also, I'm going to be with Stephanie.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about. I guess we're probably going to talk about sales and drowning in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah. Kentucky Atheist will be on in about 8 hours. Stephanie is going to be on at this time tomorrow morning.
Oh, well, 24 hours to worry about it then.
Yep.
And then I'm going to be on Godless Granny. She's got some esoteric sort of thing happening, I guess. And I'm going to sit there as her audience go, yeah, I'm pretty good at that. I'm very well practiced.
Yeah. Well, after we're done here, the next one up is Sumami.
Trees, you are just on top of it, aren't you? God, I have no idea where I did this, but I gashed the top of my hand sometime yesterday or last night. I don't know. But I'm on that warfarin, and it just bled all fucking over the place.
I have that happen all the time. That, like I find I've got a big scab on my leg, and I have no idea where that came from.
Oh, well, we got here Atheist Carl. I'm taking a guess here. Well, I guess it could be Atheist Carborundum.
No, we got Atheist Carpenter.
Carpenter.
Yeah.
Oh, I get that. I get that's kind
Yep.
of anachronistic, I guess. And um, it's 5:30 in the morning Central Time in the United States. 47 and a half hours left to go on the marathon. I'm going to be the timekeeping clock for the next 48 hours. I'll be announcing the time on the half hour
Ah,
and doing the math for people because, math.
okay. Tilting Windmill says, now I remember my most memorable Xmas gift was about 8 or 9 years old and got coal in my stocking. I threw a massive fit after that, was super pissed at my parents.
Now, was that just a gag or were you really that bad?
Well, my uncle had a solid fuel furnace. So for Christmas, he put up this gigantic stretchy stocking with a sign over it that says Santa is a fink, because he figured if he got that full of coal, he wouldn't have to split wood through January.
101st Airborne. Ooh, honorable, extra honorable. All right, I'll tell you about my weirdest, most annoying, hated, um, patheticest Christmas present. This goes back about 45 years, and it was the first Christmas after I talked to my parents and came out of the closet with them.
Mm.
And so, that was in October. So in October, November, December. So it wasn't that long. I'm pretty sure they didn't forget. um, and for Christmas that year, they gave me a 3-piece suit.
Mm.
Boy, talk about your tasteless people. And then the next month in January, they kicked me out of the house forever.
Yeah. Sorry, sometimes family can just be.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
why.
I'm way over it. I can look at it as a joke now, but it really really hurt that at that time. It
Yeah.
certainly did.
Well, that's why I say family are the people you choose to spend your life with. Relatives are just accidents of birth.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah. And like I said, one of my sisters, keeps
Yo,
telling me not to
what's
do anything
word
permanent.
up? Yo, who's this? The shaker? Do you build that furniture stuff?
Who's a shaker? What?
Down in the comments.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
let's sing some Christmas carols.
My thing had frozen, so I didn't see it.
Ah,
Well, I could sing Tom Lear's again, but
oh, you do that so well. Go ahead. 1 and a 2 and a 3.
Christmas time is here, by golly, disapproval would be folly. Deck the halls with hunks of holly, fill the cup and don't say when. Kill the turkeys, ducks, and chickens, mix the punch, drag out the dickens. Even though the prospect sickens, brother, here we go again. On Christmas Day you can't get sore, your fellow man you must adore. There's time to rob him all the more, the other 364. That was horrible. Relations bearing no expense will send some useless old utensil. Or a matching pen and pencil, just the thing I need. How nice. It doesn't matter how sincere it is, nor how heartfelt the spirit. Sentiment will not endear it. What's important is the price. Hark the herald angels sing. advertising wondrous things. God rest ye merry merchant, may ye make the Yuletide pay. Angels we have heard on high tell us to go out and buy. So let the rockin' sleigh bells jingle, hail our dear old friend Kris Kringle, driving his reindeer across the sky. Don't stand underneath when they fly by.
Well, you know what they say, don't you? Don't quit your day job.
Well, fortunately, I'm retired, so I no longer have a day job.
Look who's here. It's Orla.
Hi,
Orla,
Orla.
Orla.
I'm going to assume Orla is filleting a neighbor for Christmas.
Wouldn't be surprised. It would be the
No,
NHS person.
yeah. No, on
Those,
Jura, since I knew I had to be awake to do this at 5 o'clock in the morning, I haven't had anything to drink yet. I can't even use that as an excuse. Although, it does say something that's the only Christmas song I can remember all the words to.
I can't remember the words, all the words to any song. Not a chance. I've just never been able to memorize that much.
I've
I
never really had a definition of gusto, but I'll take that as a compliment.
the longest number I could memorize was my driver's license, and that took 10 years.
Yep.
M6254325485000. Not bad, eh?
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't mind some booze, but like I said, I just, I knew I had to be awake at this hour to get this going. So,
I was considering spending a wad on some gin and tonic.
oh, you like gin?
Um, I like gin and tonic. I don't know if I like. I don't think I'd ever drink gin separately.
Yeah, I've never had a taste for anything with gin in it. Just never appealed to me.
There have been just a shitload of people on TikTok who have been writing parodies of various songs, not just Christmas songs, but all sorts of songs these days, singing all about Luigi Mangione or whatever his last name was.
Yeah.
Some of them are goddamn funny. uh, so you think TikTok's going to close next month on the 19th?
No, I'm sure it won't.
You're sure it won't? Kroners. Where is Kroners?
Okay, look at the tree. It says love gin. It's pine cone liquor. I honestly don't know what gin is made from.
Well, it's made from juniper berries. And I guess there's juniper bushes, and I didn't know there's juniper trees. But I suppose a bush gets big enough, doesn't it get promoted to a tree?
Yeah, a tree is just a bush that made it. Yeah, I do have that one good Christmas song on my channel, which was my pagan Christmas carol. That art against ignorance did the music for it for me.
I switched from Scotch to gin. I was a Scotch person for a number of decades, and I had a gin and tonic, but because they didn't have any proper Scotch, only rail stuff, and I went, "Oh my gosh, this is really good. I really like this. Give me another one and another." And pretty soon I was on the floor.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've had gin, I don't even remember what it tastes like. I just
Tastes like a bush. So does my girlfriend. Brum bump. Oh, I couldn't pass that one up. I'm sorry.
it was good. Oh,
Damn.
now,
I
now,
I live a block away from the main street in town, which has what 5-6 businesses,
mhm.
and one of them is a VFW post, and so there's lots of people drinking and stuff at night. And there's an opening between two houses across the street where a third house was, but it burned down, and so now it's just an empty lot, and two people share it.
Yeah.
And if you continue on past the alley and into the next block, you find yourself behind the VFW post. And so, and each day, twice a day usually, I hear them dump all their beer bottles into their recycling bin.
Ah,
And they just had one of the longest dumps I've ever heard. So I think people were really drinking hard last night.
yeah. Beverly said when I was able to drink alcohol, it was Jack Daniels and Coke. That was also Sloth Girl's father's drink. So we have always had to keep one bottle of Jack Daniels around that neither of us ever touched, except on his death day. Then we would toast him with it. I have to say, Tilting Windmill. I'm not sure where you pulled that name from, but it's bordering on making you a nemesis. Because Sloth Girl and I used to do the Man of La Mancha song from the musical, and I always said that Sloth Girl was the Sancho Panza to my Don Quixote. It was her job to explain to the rest of the world all the bizarre things I did.
Add colors to their whiskey. It's not brown enough. Maybe they need to burn their barrels.
I have heard that some wind up adding some artificial colorings to darken it.
I wonder if that's legal.
Well, they probably have to list it on the back of the bottle, that says something about artificial colors. Actually, they might not, because alcohol, I don't think, is subject to these same labeling laws that foods are. Hey, Steph. Jenny was just talking about you, that she's going to be on your show with you.
Don't tell her about the surprise. Dulcinea, that you alone can. Dulcinea, I don't get it.
From the story of Don Quixote, Dulcinea was the woman who threw a rag at him that he took to be her handkerchief, so that she had selected him as her champion.
Ah, I see. I've never read that book, but because I was embarrassed because I thought it was quixote, and and I got laughed at in like fifth grade when I said that, and the teacher laughed and the librarian laughed, and then I felt really bad, and then I said I'm never going to read that book. So I haven't.
Yeah, tequila got me a few months ago because I hadn't drank any in a while, and in cleaning out Sloth Girl's kitchen, I discovered that she had everything needed to make margaritas.
Well, now we
So,
know what killed her.
so I made a picture of margaritas, and I don't know why because I'm used to drinking the whiskey on a regular basis. But yeah, by the time I got through that picture of margaritas, even though it was stretched out over like 4 hours, yeah, it really it laid me out pretty good, and I had a serious hangover the next day. And I mean, that just seemed weird to me because there had been plenty of times that I had drank 2 or 3 times as much whiskey without it having much effect.
Name of a spaceship in a Rush song. Interesting. Did you know that the band Steely Dan is named after a sex toy, a dildo?
Well, when you mention it, it does sound like a porno star name.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'd never thought of it like that.
I did not know about that either. I didn't. It would. Well, how long was that? Jeez, I don't know. 20, 30 years, 40. I don't know. I don't remember when I learned it.
That's what you're saying. I only knew the horse was renamed to Roshanayat. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but that's my guess.
I always had a crush on Nell.
Nell? I'm drawing a blank on who Nell was.
Oh God, Jake, do we really? Thanks a lot. You've ruined my day. I'm going to think about this for all day now. Oh man.
Right. The band named Korn came about because two gay guys were eating butt. Oh God. Mm.
Well, diarrhea runs in my family.
Well, that's why I decide not to have any biological children, even though I spent most of my adult life raising kids. None of them had my DNA.
I've
Because
always
I
been,
reason, considering all the things that run in my family, it's surprising a lot more things don't run from my family. Stephanie says you're riffing on the horse thing.
no, no, not really. Horses scare me.
Uh, I actually was knighted.
Really?
Yeah, well, okay. It was at the Renaissance Festival when she was like 8 or 9 years old. But she was dressed as a princess and she borrowed her father's sword to knight me because I had saved her teddy bear from getting trampled by a horse.
See, now that sounds like something Matt Gates would do.
You make it sound so cheap that way. I did something noble and the little girl was grateful.
Yeah. Okay, sure. What? Okay.
So I was knighted as the protector of the small and helpless and champion of the hopeless cause.
I've been officially designated as hopeless. My shrink had the papers drawn up, and I signed them. Stephanie, what are you doing up at this hour? Practicing for tomorrow?
I think she's probably watching a couple of people in a live chat.
How long do we go tomorrow, Steph? Is it a 2-hour gig? 4? 8?
No, I think Stephanie only has an hour tomorrow.
See, that's what we should do. Is we should have one person do a 48-hour show, and have people come into the show. We could do it like in a Zoom format, and people could come to the show, and everybody can shuck and jive like a real TV talk show, except without couches and without a band.
Yeah.
Without an audience.
I actually have thought of that, of staying on for at least 24 hours continuously, and just have people come in and out. Yeah, Stephanie only has an hour tomorrow.
Well, come on up, Stephanie. Where did you leave the link?
Oh, I left it on my Discord, and I left it in a couple of the Twitter places.
Of course, we are leaving in 8 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, Tsunami is taking over in 8 minutes.
One of the worst 48-hour periods in my life was back in college days when I was associated with this like bummed out hotline, 24-hour crisis intervention hotline.
Yeah.
Acid rescue kind of place, and I had to do a 48-hour shift. We didn't plan it to be 48 hours, but it was an all volunteer agency made up of hippies who were not necessarily the most dependable people in the world. And since it was all volunteer, and for 48 hours, none of the volunteers showed up, and I was stuck there because we were open 24/7.
Yeah, well, it's an important thing you do there.
Well, yeah, that's why I was willing to stay. Is that we had to do it, but there wasn't any coffee. Ooh. Yeah, Greg, I think that's a splendid idea. I think Donnie basically wants to own everything from Panama all the way up to Canada and Greenland, make it all one big thing, because he's not smart enough to separate the concept of North America, South America, Central America. He can only think of one thing, so he wants to just all be one thing. It's God, I hate that man.
Yeah. And that daft idea about making Canada the 51st state. Clearly he has no concept of the size of Canada.
No. Mm-mm. No, he doesn't. Canada, you could chop it up to another 50 states.
Yeah. But I think by land area, it's pretty comparable to the U.S. I'm not really sure.
I think it's bigger. It certainly has more shoreline.
Yeah.
My laser carol woe to the world is premiering in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Excuse me. Oh, there's Steph.
This is very weird. I would never have thought to look in general in your.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if anybody actually read the Mid-America room in there, so I thought general was a place where everybody's more likely to see it.
It's just whatever.
Yep.
Well, you know what? Happy 8th year of pulling this bullshit off. I mean,
Yep.
God damn it, Chris. That's it's kind of amazing to me.
Well, I also don't really have a choice anymore. It's become a
Oh, you
community
sure do.
tradition,
Don't give
so
me that bullshit. Of course, you have a choice. Come on.
So we
You
all
could
gonna
always
watch that.
choose not to, in which case nobody would do. And who's going to pick it up? You know, somebody should
okay.
do.
Liam Wakefield has the numbers.
I
So,
win.
yep, Canada is a bit bigger than the U.S. in land area.
But
1.6
the U.S. is
larger.
cheating because it's including Alaska, probably.
Well, that's part of the United States.
Well, yeah, Alaska and Hawaii count.
Yeah, I suppose.
Although we can't
Not
count
according
Puerto
to the
Rico and
Inuits and
Guam.
the Hawaiian natives.
Well, does the canal zone count?
What an ass! He's just such an ass.
Does Greenland count? God, we're such stupid people.
No,
Yeah.
you keep that limited to the megas. I didn't vote for that bastard.
It's like, yeah. I mean, I'm including myself in the stupidity quotient, but you know, standards.
3 minutes.
Oh.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Okay.
Tick tock.
So Stephanie,
Yes.
the question is, what was your most unusual present that you've ever gotten?
In less than 3 minutes.
I, you know what? I've never gotten an unusual present.
What,
I've never gotten an unusual present. I can honestly say it's nothing unusual. It's stupid things, yes, but things I didn't want, sure, but unusual. Nothing.
You mean the Benoit balls I sent you last year aren't unusual enough? God, fine. I'll get the diamond encrusted
It was a
one.
nice try.
Or memorable. Oh damn! Why couldn't you say that 5 seconds sooner? Stephanie, are you frozen?
Well, this is the old StreamYard thing again. You know, it's like.
Well, at least we can still hear you.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah. StreamYard's gotten weird and crazy and not very good.
1 minute, less than.
Yeah, and they added features nobody wanted, but didn't get around to the ones that people actually did want.
No, this is actually really kind of weird because I've had good luck on other StreamYard streams, but it's unpredictable. The platform sucks. Get off of it, guys. Double the price, half the features. Fuck it. Terrible.
Okay,
Yeah.
well we gotta hand things off to Tsunami. Isn't Tsunami next?
Yes, she is, but
30.
okay. Okay, just in her title she said 9. But yeah, I've got hers opened in another tab here and no activity
20.
yet. Just waiting
Okay,
for
well
her.
we just hit our time. So good night, everybody. I'm going back to bed.
No,
Bye.
we're gonna have to wait until she's live,
Oh,
4,
just so
3,
we have some place to
2,
send them to.
come on,
1.
Tsunami.
Tsunami!
Get with it.
Oh.
Waiting for Tsunami.
Yep.
Good.
Although she's got a nice thumbnail there. I mean, it made up as a nice image of the Green Man.
Well,
God, she's so damn pretty.
Yep. Okay, see that's something that I'm not sure about yet. That now that I'm a woman, is it now okay for me to compliment people on their looks? Because usually when a man does that, it's something you're not supposed to do.
It still
um,
depends on the relationship you have and how gregarious you are. If it's a total stranger, and
Yeah,
it takes a little skill.
I was thinking more, like just strangers or like cashiers in the store, that kind of thing.
Hey,
um,
Kyle.
I tend to roll with the Janis Joplin maxim: get it while you can. So,
Oh, there was a new artist. I can't remember her name, but I bought her a record. She did a cover of a Janis Joplin, but me and Bobby McGee, and it was like,
well,
wow. She sounded, oh God, no, that was, oh no. I'm a Pink did a rendition when she was very young. A very young Pink did a rendition of Janis Joplin's.
she did. I
Me
used
and
to do
Bobby,
a
and it was
mean
just
version of me and
boy,
Bobby McGee, which
her
was
voice was
really
so
good.
right on to Janis's, the
Mm-hmm.
proper raspiness, and it was just
Mm-hmm.
excellent. It was so good, and I can't find it anywhere. I want it on my playlist.
Mm.
And boy, did those Packers kick ass yesterday, hey?
Did they
34 to zip. First
really?
shutout of the year for the NFL.
Huh. Well, I guess I picked it up, then from Godless Granny that, I made pizza yesterday, so then the Packers did well.
Who were the Packers playing?
Seattle. At Seattle.
Okay, cool.
Was it at Seattle?
Right.
No, it was at Green Bay. Sorry.
Sweet. What's funny to me? What's really funny to me is there are so many people that celebrate the fact that the Packers are not a corporate owned team.
Yeah.
I'm a shareholder.
Huh?
I'm a shareholder.
I'm glad.
No, you're not. You're jealous. You're jealous that I gave the Packers $150 and got nothing for it except a piece of paper.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can put it up. If you're the proper Packers shareholder, you put it up, as a bit of a trophy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You frame
That's all
it
it
and hang
is.
it in your living room.
Yeah.
Although legally, I am a legitimate shareholder, and
Goddamn right.
I have the voting rights in any board meeting that they have, and they're open to shareholders. They'll let you in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
That
Yeah.
is kind of cool. Yeah, but can you take out anybody on the team? Is my question. It's like, yeah, well, over there. Over there. You get that guy.
A friend of mine's dad was a judge up in Green Bay, and he was on the Packers corporate board. He got really good season tickets.
That's awesome.
Now they're in his family forever, and They're like on the 40-yard line. Not too far up, not too far down.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, hey, I'm not. Yeah. I I've been to exactly one professional football game in my life and maybe two college football games. It's a fascinating sport. Um, there's a lot to it, but it's like, nope, not my gig.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch football as something in the background, to listen to.
Mhm.
But I am a committed Packers fan, and I will live and die my Packers. But other than that, I really don't care what goes on. Well, I'm also a fan of anybody who's
Is
playing the Dallas
concerned.
Cowboys.
Uh, I as a native, as a daughter of the hub of the universe, right? Boston,
Hotter.
Massachusetts. I am a diehard Red Sox, Bruins, Celtic fan.
Oh, so you pick all the
I'm
worst ones.
down with all those teams. You'll never get me off. You'll never get me off any of those times. The
Yeah.
Patriots, they're kind of Johnny come latelys to the whole grill, so it's all right.
Shaking fists as I was a Packer fan after they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl in like '99 or whatever. But Dolphins,
The Dope Fiends, the Miami Dope Fiends. Yeah,
I
Packers.
don't know about Dolphins. I know a sinister porpoise.
I don't think Sinister is going to be playing any football. Sumami is just not here yet. Come on, Sumami.
Yeah,
I thought I
I'm
saw her,
wondering if she
her
forgot to set
avatar.
her alarm clock.
I thought I saw her avatar here.
Nope. And we lost Steph.
Oh man, this is not working out very well.
I just as a few years my parents had season tickets to the University of Washington Huskies football games. I hated attending. It was a punishment. Yeah, I've never had any interest in any kind of professional sports. Diabolical dolphin. So is that like sinister porpoise from another dimension or something? Yep. I did put the playlist out there, but yeah, we'll put it up here.
Oh, I must have been
Okay,
hallucinating because
back.
I didn't see Tsunami.
Seriously, StreamYard has screwed the pooch. I've been on EV Mux, I've been on my studio, I've been in streams with all sorts of StreamYard has screwed the pooch. I don't know why it is, but I can't stay. My connection is not stable in any StreamYard stream at all.
Well, you're moving around again.
Yeah, lucky me. I'm mobile, but all I'm saying, folks, is like, listen. All right, you got to dominate. You got to hold on it. You got to hold on it on a whole fucking community. Let's just fucking boot it. Double the price and lower the quality. That's really great. Smart move, StreamYard. Idiots.
Yeah, well, I was ready to jump ship, but they still let mine renew at the same price I'd been paying for it for an annual.
Well,
So for me, it
that's
still wound
great.
up being the
Except that
cheapest
if you
one.
can't get anybody in here, then maybe that's a problem.
Hey, Kentucky, how you doing?
What, we got the KFA?
Yep.
Nice.
No, we got the TKA.
Yeah, the TKA. Yeah, there we go.
Well, Andrea, that's nice of you, but this is just my thing I do for the community once a year.
Well, I do think we need to promote your PayPal and every other aspect of your endeavors, because we not only need to promote your
Yep. And yeah, Stephanie lost her connection mid-sentence again.
See, there you go. Fuck StreamYard.
Yeah.
I don't know. The version of StreamYards that I'm on right now is so vastly better than the browser version. It was quite nice to get this because everything
I've
works.
tried other browsers. It just doesn't, it's just horrid. It's just
Yeah,
horrid.
well, yeah, I'm using it through Chrome. That's the way I've always used it, and I've
I'm
never
using
had
it through
serious
Chrome
issues.
too, and I'm using it. It's just horrid. It's just whatever reason, it's horrid.
Yeah, it's never really given me trouble like that. And anytime I've had trouble of being knocked off during a stream, it's always wound up that it was my local internet provider.
Fuckers.
Hey, it might be my local internet provider and it might be my local network, but it's not. Just isn't.
Well, Reg, I appreciate you joining on Patreon.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you, Reg.
Yep.
Hey, Regis.
Well, that's
Regis.
basically
Is that it? Regis?
Or it could be Regius.
They're not letting on.
yeah. I've always been
write that out and
pronouncing
put
it
some
Regios,
diacritical
and they're
marks in
not
there.
mad at me. So
I don't even know what an Alta Vista is. Enter.
Oh my God. You must come on.
No, I've never heard of Alta Vista.
yeah, it's just another browser that's out there. I've never
It was
used it
a
myself.
search engine. It was Alta Vista was another search engine that there was God, what was it? There was Yahoo, Alta Vista,
Jeeves.
yeah, Jeeves. Well, Jeeves was kind of a Johnny come lately, but before the Google, there was.
You know what? Why Google became the primary search engine that we all use? The people like the name better than all those others.
I'm not sure about that. It was legit better back in that day. It's like in 90.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised that the name has something to do with it. A lot of things get big because they have a clever name, even if they have no other redeeming qualities.
No, it was legit. It was legitimately a better algorithm for finding stuff. It really was. It was
that's why I
way
started
better.
using it. That it was definitely better than Yahoo at the time.
Yeah. and Alta Vista, and God knows it was better than Gopher.
You know, Yahoo is from Israel, and it's owned by the guy who's their premier, Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, actually, actually.
I hate that man. I used to actually like him,
Amazon
30
is in
30 years
fact
ago or so.
Yahoo. Well,
He certainly turned into a war criminal.
Yep.
He was always a douchebag. The war criminal stuff came later, but he was always a douchebag.
So Liam is suggesting Firefox.
Oh, wait a minute.
I
Yeah,
do
help
have
me.
Firefox. Huh?
Tsunami's in there in the chat. Read it quickly.
Oh,
quick.
okay. Yeah, I'm beyond pissed off right now, so I'm not sure if I can stream. I don't know how to run StreamYards, and no one has helped me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Jesus.
sorry about that. If I had known, I would have given you a class in it. Well, if you can't, we'll just have to keep going here.
Whatever. I can pick it up, or we can keep going, or Sue can get in here. What the fuck? Give her a fucking link.
Sumami, why don't you come on up into this this then?
That sounds excellent.
And we'll
even though it's
bow
fucking
down. We'll bow down
StreamYard,
to
it
you
will
and
probably crash on you and will suck out.
Hold on now. I think she's in my Discord. I should be able to send her a link through Discord.
Sue, you're in Purple's Discord. I can send Sue a link, and I can
I've got
send her a DM. All right, cool.
Okay, there you go, Subami. I sent you a DM on Discord with the link, so you can jump in here.
I would have helped her with the StreamYard thing, but I've never seen it before in my life.
And start screaming at each other. That'll be awesome. Because we haven't had that pleasure in a while, and I'm looking forward to it.
Actually, I've never been live with Sumami.
Really?
You know, I've only been in the side chat.
You know what? My favorite interaction with Tsunami was actually not an interaction with Tsunami directly, but it was Tsunami white knighting for me in a chat of fucking debate bros who were just fucking sitting back while a certain individual was just basically calling me a goblin and talking about man dresses and stuff like that. And Tsunami came in and just
I'm sorry, Sumami. I hadn't realized that you hadn't done that before. Hello.
She's being a bit of a bitch.
Finally,
she's not really sweating. Come on now.
I'm literally sweating. I'm fucking angry right now.
Okay,
well, that's because you're in Florida. Oh, give me a break.
No, it's because
I'm sorry if I had realized that you hadn't run your own on here before.
No, I've never.
You know, I would have arranged something like last weekend to give you a lesson.
I kind of figured out how to use OBS. I can figure out how to start a stream from there, like the pre-planned stream that I already put up. But if I start it from OBS, I'm not going to have any, I don't know how to start StreamYard so that people can actually connect. And I'll basically just kind of be sitting there on camera, like. But.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. I was getting nervous that I was going to be the only one in here. And I just don't think I could just monologue for an hour.
I probably could, but it would be stupid shit nobody wants to hear about. So I can definitely ramble for 2 hours, but it wasn't going to be like the cutesy festive StreamYards with like my camera on that I was hoping I could get together, and I was very confident up until like
Mhm.
fucking about an hour and a half ago, and then I started to sweat.
Yeah.
I can't get the I don't know. I don't understand why it won't connect to the fucking why I don't know how to connect it to StreamYards.
Hey, Maya. And yes, StreamYard does still have a free level.
It does. That's not the issue. It's just that I literally just don't know how to connect OBS to StreamYards, and if I start it from StreamYards, it's gonna start a new, like a new stream. It's not gonna
Yep.
start from the pre-planned one. And if I start it from OBS, then I'll just be sitting there, and I won't be able
Well,
to send any StreamYard link to
wait.
anybody.
Did you create the stream? Where did you create the stream at?
On YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it doesn't want to connect. Yeah, I can't help you with anything with OBS. My account won't work with OBS at all.
Really?
Yep.
I feel like that's what StreamYards is doing to me. Everything that I'm like trying to open, it's I understand there's certain features that are blocked off if you're just on a free account, but it won't let me connect OBS. It won't let me connect the virtual camera from OBS, so that I can actually have my camera on the fucking stream. God, it's my fault. I should have fucking like sat down and fucking learned how to do this before. Well, I did. I guess I was overconfident and thought I was like, I could do this.
Yeah, it doesn't look that hard. But
Who's
computers
got the
are so
crow?
particular about precise syntax on some things. Oh, excuse me. Okay, well, Liam Wakefield said that he put a note in your stream directing people back over here.
Oh God, because it already started or something. I hate YouTube.
No, it didn't start. It's just sitting there saying it's waiting for you.
Oh God damn it! I can always just start it from my phone, but
That's okay. We can just do it from here, and we can go through the stuff about StreamYard later after this is over. Because my week's pretty full already, so. Yeah, it seems like Kentucky Atheist. Sounds like Kentucky Atheist knows what he was doing with it.
I had to go outside and smoke a cigarette. It's so frustrated.
Yeah. Things like this happen every year. We always get a few hang-ups. We always get, a few people that have technical issues or some reason that they can't start when they're supposed to, and we fill in.
It's because we're a bunch of hack amateurs. Hi, Maya. The woman who wouldn't let me on her show.
So basically, I fucked up by making the stream in fucking YouTube. I should have made it on StreamYards, and then connected OBS after.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know anything about connecting OBS, but yeah, when I do mine, I set up the stream through StreamYard. And then it'll put the thumbnail automatically onto YouTube, so it'll sit there until it's ready for the stream to start.
Sure. Actually, StreamYard has been, really easy, but
Yep.
let's just say over the course of the past few months, it's not only been uneasy, but downright inconvenient.
Well, don't tell anyone, but I just happen to be an amateur with 8 years experience.
Well, that's right.
It doesn't mean I've really
Goddamn
learned anything more
rookie.
than the basics. I keep telling people, these backgrounds, anything about this that looks nice, that's all Mage doing that. I still
Yeah.
haven't figured out how to do any of that stuff.
Well, a lot of us are standing on the shoulders of people that love us. They're
Mhm.
making stuff happen.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking loves me.
I love you.
Sad Christmas. Oh, who would love you? Come on
Too
now.
stupid to figure out how to turn my
Let's
camera
be real. Sad Christmas. Oh, I like your avatar. That's incredibly cool.
It's me.
I liked the one on the thumbnail. That was just a nice image of the green man there.
Look,
Oh,
if I wink out at any point in time, don't worry. I'll just wait. It's usually like a 15, 20-minute cycle, and then God damn it, fucking StreamYard. It's terrible. What a horrible fucking platform.
I hate it. I'm sorry to everybody that likes it, but
Yeah,
I fucking hate StreamYards.
No, I use it because it's been simple and cheap for me. And if they had actually raised the price on me, instead of renewing it at the same price, I would have left.
Yeah, but it sucks. Nobody can fucking use it. I mean, jeez.
No, well, guess I don't know.
You're paying for something that no one can use.
Well, Mage and I haven't had problems with it ourselves. I don't know why some people have problems with it and some don't, but
Well, Mage is more technologically capable than some of us are.
oh yeah, much more so than I am. That's
But
what I'm saying.
StreamYard sucks, and Mage's like StreamYard level. It's like it don't, it's terrible. It doesn't work.
See, I should have been
Hey, Beck.
Weasel.
Beck.
Not the Weasel, but I should have found a Weasel to help.
Yep. Well, as I understand it, there's 5 of them in that trench coat.
I know there are tons of people in trench coats, and you gotta find the person in the trench coat that does the right thing. How you gonna do that? What's going on?
Boy, that sounds really filthy, Stephanie.
Beck, I'm holding you responsible. You should have helped me.
I thought it just sounded like a back alley deal.
If you have something against people in trench coats, I'm just curious. Hey, Beck, what's going on?
I can't fucking figure out how to turn my camera.
Oh my God! Good to see you.
I physically turned it, but I can't figure out how to turn it like the normal way. This is the most. I've turned my camera physically, my phone, and now I'm like looking at my camera through the fucking my mirror that's behind it. That's the most like. That's the most ghetto shit. Listen,
you're in your bathrobe.
I have clothes on underneath.
Oh, okay.
No,
this is your first face reveal for me, so I'm just looking at you in awe.
No, I'm fully dressed. I just I love the Ghost of Christmas Present, so I wanted to wear my robe, and I don't have I don't have like.
Is the robe a Christmas present? Because that's a really kind of cool robe.
Yeah, it was. You know what it makes me feel? Oh, nobody laugh at me. You know what it made me feel like when my mom got me a new robe, because I've like had like those really fucked up shitty ass robe for like several years now. Have you guys ever seen the Little Princess?
Yes.
Shirley Temple version of the Little Princess, not the new version.
Yeah, so long ago I don't remember it, but I know
The
I
part
have.
where she wakes
Well,
up.
not the new version, she said. So therefore, you do remember it. It's all perfect.
The part where she wakes up and the neighbor, the like old man neighbor and like the Indian manservant, they've like come over and like set up all this like food and little muffins and like little slippers and robes for the two little girls, and they wake up and they find the robes. That's what it felt like. I was like, oh, I finally have a new robe, yay.
Sumami, Kentucky gives you another tip here. Go to settings and change the camera you're using. I presume that means how to get the format to horizontal.
Horizontal. It's already on there.
Okay, landscape. I'm sorry.
Just
Yeah.
all good. All good. Not saying. Yep. Not saying. Sorry.
I just,
It's just really weird. I don't understand.
the only thing I know how to use my computer for is The Sims.
Here we go. Maybe it's some ISP's issue with that app.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, it's been bad.
Well, I do have to take part of the blame for this year because there was just so much crap going on in my real life that I really didn't get to seriously planning this until about maybe 3 weeks ago.
You know what? You pulled it together. It's
Well,
all together.
We've got a lot of new people in the community who wanted to participate.
And everybody gonna happen. And there are tons more people that have done this, that have been here than ever before.
I actually had to start asking some people if they would mind, splitting their time slot or only going to 1 hour, because I had actually had the schedule like almost completely full, and then I wound up having like 5 more people who wanted to get in on it.
That's because all of us who have been in on it in the past, I mean, it's like, God damn it, this is so fucking valuable.
Oh.
It really matters.
Thanks,
it really
Matt.
matters matters to people. It's like my kick-ass job in 3 weeks, and Purple,
Well,
don't
I keep doing
don't minimize the work that you do.
No, I
Please
keep doing it year after year because every year afterwards I wind up getting some emails, and some of them are really impactful, and I've had a couple of them of people saying that they didn't think they would have made it through the holiday if they couldn't find somebody to talk to that night. So I know this is important. I know, some people need this to keep going if they're, have no place to go and no one to talk to on the holiday. Obviously that can get extremely depressing.
I don't want to be a jackass or take away from what you've done for 8 years, because what you've done for 8 years has been huge. But what all of us have done for 8 years, one after another, has been equally as impactful, because it wouldn't be here. This stream wouldn't be here if it wasn't for each and every single one of us who has stepped up and realized, hey.
Yeah, there's no way I could ever do this without at least a dozen people volunteering to cover some of the time.
We can spend an hour. God bless fucking StreamYard. We can spend an hour with each of the people that we really want to talk to. We can be here for people that have never talked to us. We can
Yep.
be here for Christmas.
We always see some new people in this, and
Yep.
shoot, I'm blanking on the name again.
Joe,
Yeah.
Fred,
Bob,
Sylvia,
Zoe,
Francine.
Matilda.
It'll come to me later. I'll get to it.
Hey, I started watching a new PBS British detective show type thing, and it stars this woman, and the title of the show or series is "My Life Is Murder," and the woman playing it is I didn't recognize at first because she was blonde, Lucy Lawless.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
I kept going,
That's
I know that face.
Oh, goodness.
What's that? And she still looks
Yeah.
great.
well,
Yeah.
Xena was definitely a big role model for my eldest daughter. Just because she was unusually large for her size, and I don't mean fat. I mean, by the time she was 12, she was taller than I was.
Maya, you do a really good job. You have an excellent show. You guys are so smart. So I understand why you don't want me around. I definitely drop the room by 50 IQ points as soon as I walk in.
I want a ranking of the top 5 baby dick energy bigot YouTubers. Right. Why would anyone want to spend the time to compile such a listing?
Oh, all right. Yeah. Top 5 baby dick energy bigot YouTuber. Oh well, there's so many.
Yeah.
Maya, I know. I just want to be in your stream every week. That's all.
Motherfuckers that have baby dick energy, I'd say that comprises like a 60% of the cis men in this country.
Oh, hey, we'll do it tomorrow during the perp show. Yes, remember people, tomorrow is Wednesday, and that will be the usual day for the purple show. Midday America that show that starts at 2:00.
Yep.
Yep, we'll be on there.
Well, and I always titled the show after some random holiday I find for the date. And I was really stuck. I couldn't find a good one for yesterday. It's like the only one I could find was they were claiming it was the day that some Jewish guy was born 2,000 years ago.
Well, what else happened on that day? Something else must have happened.
Well, not if you try to Google it. It seems that it's all about this one guy.
Oh, look, it's a little snowman.
Ah,
Gingerbread man.
Oh,
Yeah.
this little gingerbread man.
He's so fucking cute.
yeah. So, Sumami, Ancher's asking what you were planning to talk about during your stream.
I don't even know.
Just crap, huh?
Well, what I really wanted to do was I wanted to try to stream my Sims gameplay like with my camera up in the corner so I could talk, and
That would be really cool.
yeah, that didn't work out. So
Yeah.
I couldn't even fucking get the stream started.
No,
Yes, Kentucky, I am
StreamYard
on Blue
sucks.
Sky, ready to destroy yet another social media point.
Well, I'm starting to learn OBS. Like that makes more sense to me than stream.
Oh, God.
Weird, but
No, OBS is terrible. OBS is really just obscure. You can fuck so many things up in OBS. Just,
Binky's in my
Mhm.
timeout.
Pardon?
Binky, Sir Bingerton Longshanks. Binky is in my bedroom in timeout because he's a bad boy. I don't know what the fuck out of nowhere. Okay, so I have one very super senior kitty cat. My one black cat has never liked her. Baby Cake has never liked her. But Binks has always been sweet to everybody. I don't know why over the last 2 days he's just fucking started attacking her. Like beat the shit out of her. Not beat the shit out of her, but bop 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 bop. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? He's never done that before. He's never been mean to her before. He's mean.
Now I propose that perhaps that Binks is not the cat you want to go for OBS advice.
What?
I'm trying to pull the threads together here, Jenny. I'm just what the fuck? And cat OBS and so on and so forth.
See, I have to have a producer. I have to have a producer that's handling my dumb ass, essentially. And
Yeah.
I can perform once I'm actually stuck up there. But
Well, for me, most of the time, it's just been me and Jenny. Which, if you put both of us together, you can probably put what we know about computers between us in an envelope.
Pardon me?
OBS isn't hard.
Well,
it's not hard. You
you
can
know
figure
about
out
Apple,
ways to
that
make
doesn't
things
count.
happen. You can figure out ways to make things happen inside the framework that you're dealing with.
Okay,
And you
nobody has been able to get OBS to talk to my YouTube account. And
that's crazy because I guarantee I could. I guarantee I could make OBS talk to you.
Okay, well, maybe sometime in January we're going to have to do that because I have had 4 people, 2 of which actually produced on other channels,
Mm-hmm.
And try to go through it with me, and after a couple hours wind up shaking their heads and just saying that's weird and giving up.
Of course, I say this while StreamYard is continuously making my life a fucking misery. What?
Oh, stop whining.
I know. I'm fucking sorry. Look, I'm in the northeast corner of the United States, so if I say I'm sorry, it's because
you're from Minnesota.
No, I'm sorry. I'm in Maine. I'm close to New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Canada, and all that.
Okay, now we're gonna play Name That Sound.
And Maya has it absolutely right. Figuring out OBS cuts into quality.
wait, are we naming that sound? What was that?
No, I was just waiting for a moment to butt in and do this. You ready? Here's the sound.
Okay.
I like it.
familiar, but yeah.
Well, come on.
Okay, is it something that is not yet legal in all 50 states?
No, it's legal in all 50 states. Vic
Twitty
Lip
links.
is getting close, but not quite. It does have to do with drugs.
The flaps on a bag of weed from the dispensary.
No, but I wish I had some of that. That'd
Yeah,
be
Vic,
nice.
yeah. Well, Vic was also voting for a bong rip.
Okay. Sorry, you're all wrong. Vic wins because they're the fast or closest.
For
It was my
you know.
Respirator breather thing.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
No, Beck, the estrogen makes me go. Meow, meow, meow,
Oh my
meow.
God.
I like the estrogen. I just wish they had started
Oh
giving it to
my
me a lot
fucking
earlier.
God. That's it. All right.
Well, I behaved like a cat already because I was raised by cats. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what's the thing with people raised by wolves? I really kind of wonder about that.
I don't think they're basically all fake. All those like stories of people being raised by wolves. There's, I guess, I don't want to say all those stories. The few stories of a child being raised by wolves or a feral child. It's not. It's just a child that was severely abused and neglected and abandoned by their parents. Like they're usually well
Mhm.
past the age of like infancy because there's no dog or cat or any like they don't have enough fat in their milk to keep a human baby alive. I wouldn't.
yeah, no, I can't see a human
So,
infant surviving, because they couldn't even move with the group.
True.
so why are those children elevated to leaders of mankind? That's where I lose the thread.
Raised, eaten, submissive.
Okay, here's the next sound of the day, sound of the hour. Tell me what this is. We'll repeat it. Ready? One more time for you guys in the back. That second noise did not count.
Well, the
Wait.
fact that you could do it 3 times rules out opening a sealed box.
Oh no, that would sound more like this.
Okay, Shaken Fist says there's been about 3 real ones that they have developmental issues and most of the time can never learn to talk. Yeah.
Like Genie, I think is like the most famous example of that. That's a whole fucked up story that we should not get into today.
Okay. Do we have any more guesses about what Jenny was doing?
That's okay. It was just the top to my water.
I got nothing. I got nothing in terms of guesses. Nothing.
How come it keeps saying like Joe is on stage right now? Woo 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 woo! Oh shit!
Yep. Kentucky Atheist says it was a broken stapler.
No, I don't own a stapler.
I basically have a broken stapler in place of my brain. That's like what's inside my skull.
No, I got nothing. I got no idea.
If it's broken, is it still a stapler or does it become a stape?
Please, I'm gonna have to deal with you 24 hours prior to this, and
It already killed her.
Yeah, Stephanie, you get to deal with her after
I'm gonna need 48 hours of cramming to. It's like stapler, God damn it. But at least neither of us will have to deal with the StreamYard.
Yeah, but you have to deal with Jenny after she's gone 24 hours without sleep.
Don't worry, we're in
Okay.
the realm.
AR points out that a broken stapler is still a paperweight, which is legit. And Kentucky Atheist says being bad at your job does not make it not your job.
That's true. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a stripper.
Somehow I don't think you're bad at that.
Maybe you could like do it. No, never mind. There's probably kids watching and stuff. We shouldn't.
Yeah, there are children watching at 10 minutes of 8 on the East Coast of the United States.
Well, probably children in the UK. It's, around lunchtime there.
So I have to go get cigarettes real quick, and the Uber that's picking me
No,
up is the same car that my fucking psycho ex-boyfriend drove. So that's gonna be real fun because I haven't been in that type of car in like several years.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, yeah, gotta thank AR and gotta thank AR for jumping into a like nobody knows the a little stream that we did.
An AR stream? Okay, did they all glitch out? Am I left here all alone now? I don't hear anybody.
It's because I'm fucking with your head.
Yeah. Well, I recognize that was very likely a possibility with you.
Mm-hmm. AR streams? What's an AR stream?
I don't know. Stephanie was talking about one, but then she stopped talking. Stephanie was talking about a stream that she did with AR that nobody was supposed to know about. So apparently they cut her cable to keep her from talking about it.
What?
AR says it was a secret transposition stream. AR, do you mean that you're trans and that you weren't out? No, I'm sorry. I have to stop doing that to people.
Well, I've decided to make it my full-time job to portray Elon Musk and Donald Trump as trans people from here till the day they pass, because if they're going to hate us for no damn reason, I'm going to give them a reason to hate me. The fuckers.
Yeah, but I just don't like the idea of implying that they're part of our community.
Oh no, our community's smart enough to know what's going on. I'm not worried about that. Did you actually hear his? We'll talk about this more tomorrow. But did you actually hear his latest statement on trans whatever?
No, I've actually been trying not to watch much news since the election.
Well, he said as of January 20th, executive order, he will sign, defines our entire country into a binary situation. You're either a male or a female, and that's it. No one else exists.
Well, I suppose you would do that to the asexuals too if you understood what they were.
It just bothers me so
Yeah.
much that somebody who is so stupid, so ignorant, so juvenile is going to make a decision on my existence. It makes me so mad. How dare anyone think of being qualified to do that? To excise an entire community of people
Yeah.
out of the country.
Well, right, just anything related to him, I'm still just dumbfounded that after what he did in his first term, that many people were still willing to vote for him.
Yeah.
It just proves that people don't really understand what voting means or, what we're voting for because they just treat it the same as a football game now. It's just, are you for our team or are you for the other team? And if you're for the other team, we're going to rough you up.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Excuse me. My
What?
cough is getting worse. I'm
Whoa,
afraid
whoa,
I'm
whoa, whoa!
getting
Wait,
sick.
Maya's making an important point here. I did not know that. I thought for sure she kept one in her purse.
Well, Sloth Girl had a couple of fasteners that her husband said were left over after he put together a project for her. So to the day she died, she claimed that she had his nuts in her purse.
I think the sloth girl is.
Well, they don't say any of that, Greg. They're going to have to either demand everybody carry their birth certificate with them, or issue a card for everybody that they can keep in their wallet and display instead, or they're going to have an inspector at each door.
Yeah, that won't bother the cis women at all, will it?
No.
I think I've probably missed some conversation, but
Jenny was just saying that the orange guy was saying he was going to sign an executive order saying that there are only two genders in this country and no one else exists.
he already did.
No.
He
He did not.
He
He
did
did
in
not.
2018.
He did not.
He did though.
He never signed anything like that. This is an absolute that he's talking about. That there are male and there are female, nothing else. And the congressman in the House has already drafted a bill to go along with it. That'll be passed after January 20th. That not only defines that, it defines another dozen or so terms that we hold near and dear to our hearts. That they're just absolutely going to say we no longer exist.
That's correct. And that language was already proposed in 2018 in a change to the Federal Register. Go ahead and look it up. There was a proposed change in 2000.
Oh, 7:00.
Yeah, but Tsunami had a 2-hour time slot.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to be doing hours.
Well, a lot of people, like I say, a lot of people got trimmed down to 1 hour so we could fit more people in.
No, what you got to do is you got to get a hold of your politicians from whatever fucking party they are, because the Democrats are all ready to throw us under the bus, and tell them
Democrats don't stand up. They need to have a
start
fucking
supporting this
spine.
community, because
Yeah.
we're just as valid as anybody else on earth.
Well,
They
the
need to have
problem
a
is
fucking
that,
spine. What
yeah,
the fuck? If you're going to operate in the political sphere, what do you think you're going to do? If you're just like, oh well, it's okay. It's like, all right, it's blah blah blah. No, that's not how it
Works.
yeah,
they said we're a bunch of fucking assholes, and the Democrats never stood up and said they're a bunch of fucking assholes. And so what the fuck are the people on the other
yeah,
side who is saying they're a bunch of fucking assholes supposed to do? They just like, well, I don't know. Maybe they got some good points. I don't know. It's like, well,
yeah.
blah, blah,
Well,
blah,
and
blah, blah. You can't win that way. It's like when we fight, we win. You got to fucking fight, asshole. You got to fucking stand for something. You can't just sit there and be for nothing. And you can't fucking stand there and say, when we fight, we win. And when the people that are losing all the time, that are fighting all the time,
yeah,
do something better. Fight. If you fought, I'd think better of you. But
yeah.
you
Well,
don't fight.
even when the Republicans are blatantly breaking the law, the Democrats don't push it.
Fight.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Why weren't some of
Say
these people
something.
arrested?
Jesus Christ. What do you want? And then you turn around after the election and you get people saying, well, it's your fault that the fucking Democrats lost. No, it's fucking not my fault, because guess what? I've been fighting my entire fucking life, and god damn it, you fucking pussy, just step off. Don't tell me that I haven't been fighting. Don't
Yeah. Well, Shaking Fist says they're center right. When was the last time they're actually on the left?
that the Democrats lost. Don't fucking tell me that. Go step off and find some other fucking find another perch. And I don't need you, because you're the motherfuckers that have been telling me that you have my back when you don't do a goddamn thing about the fucking firing squad in front of my face. Fuck you. Fuck you people. Fuck you
Yeah.
people. Fuck them. Fuck you all the way to Sunday.
Yeah. The only two I can think of that are actually on the left are Bernie Sanders and Tim Walz. They're the only ones who I've actually seen them proposing things that would really benefit the left and really benefit the working class.
Need to find a way to say it in ways that are reflected in front of a huge number of people. I can't do anything. It's like, and we can't do anything. We tend to argue amongst ourselves. Well, geez,
Yeah.
that's not the right take. It's like, but god damn it, we don't need to wash our dirty laundry in public. We don't need to do that. We don't need to be fucking around with this stuff. because God damn it, it's now it's existential. The
Okay.
hell? Why are we fucking around?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe I was throwing too broad a blanket, AOC and Elizabeth Warren, yeah. They proposed some good things. None of it got anywhere, but they proposed some good ideas. So there's a handful of them, but unfortunately, it's the big corporate money donors that run the elections. So that, the Democrats aren't really going to be progressive because they're too afraid of pissing off the corporate donors.
So what we gonna change? I mean, what we gonna change? How we gonna do it? I mean, that's practical matter. It's
Yeah,
what we gonna change, how we gonna do it, and it's been this way forever. It hasn't changed. The politics haven't changed. That's the thing that I
that sounds like a threat.
the right has been consistent, insistent all the time. They've never given up. And the left has just wavered away from the notion of liberty, justice, equality.
Yep.
We just need to not leave people behind.
Yeah, well, and
When
unfortunately,
when the people that are speaking for that ideal need to be speaking for it without the immigrants behind. You don't leave trans people behind. You don't do this. And the thing that sucked about this campaign was that no Democratic leader stood up and said, this program from the right, you're talking about excluding excluding immigrants. You're talking about excluding the world from the benefits of America. You're talking about keeping people out of the American dream. You are the politics of exclusion, and you're not standing up. Not a single fucking Democrat stood up and said you are not standing up for including people. That, and they didn't fucking do it, and that's why they fucking failed, and they fucking blaming the people that their opponents demonized for their failure.
That's
And
not
it
why they failed. They
sucks.
failed. That's not why they failed. And if they had come out and been more supportive of rights, which is exactly what you're concerned about, Steph, they would have failed far more miserably than they would have otherwise. Part of what brought so many motherfuckers out to support Trump is because we live in a bigoted shithole, whether you're an atheist or Christian. Ugh. Doesn't matter whether somebody's a fucking Christian or an atheist. Most people in this country are racist, homophobic, and transphobic. Hence, we fucking lost.
Yep.
Whew.
Like, look at the trees is
Walk up the
saying
stairs.
the way to win over conservatives is a billionaire versus working people narrative. Look at the reaction to the CEO being offed, and everybody was fine with it. And yeah, this was the one thing that people on the right and the left agreed on.
Who?
You know, that nobody was really upset about this happening because they all kind of figured he deserved it.
You're definitely not talking about me because I'm not a psychopath, but you know,
No,
that's another thing though, is like, yes, once again, the right and the left, atheist, Christians, whatever fucking two sides, proved once again they are the same group. They are hateful, violent, weird motherfuckers. No, dude, fucking homicide is not cool. It's not okay. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter whether the motherfucker has money. Guess what? I'm not a billionaire. I don't like fucking Elon Musk. I don't like billionaires. But you know what else I don't like? Fucking homicide.
yeah,
Y'all are crazy with that bullshit. And I'll say to anybody, if y'all are plotting homicide, there's something desperately wrong with every motherfucker in this country. I don't care who it is.
yeah. But yeah, shaking fists is bringing up, the wealth inequality really is a big issue that, the Democrats should have used that in the campaign. But again, they don't want to piss off the rich donors.
I don't think that wealth and inequality is that big of an issue, considering so many working class white Americans are the bigots. They're the core of the bigots. Like,
Exactly.
so no, I don't think they give a fuck about wealth inequality. They're concerned about the fucking Mexicans taking their jobs, the trans people, the black people, whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about that bullshit.
I say
I care about their hate first.
I think that this is a question. The problem we're facing right now is a question of people who know what gets what grabs at people, and people who don't know what grabs at people, and it's like, I know a lot of people, a lot of folks really got inspired, but when we fight, we win. Got inspired by that message.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to show the fight. If you don't show the fight, when we fight, we win. Do you really care about genocide?
No, most people
When
don't. And Shaky, can we stop pretending that reason and morals will make people be nice to each other? Motherfucker, that's not the point. Do you think that maybe just not fucking slaughtering each other in the fucking streets might be like enough to settle for? No, I don't
Right.
expect you motherfuckers to be fucking civil human beings. That's far too much to
Right.
expect from fucking apes that started to walk upright. But I do expect people to not fucking goddamn slaughter each other in the fucking streets. God damn. Also, Shiggy, I mean, you don't live here.
It's like,
so
God damn it, stand up for something. You can't expect to win an election in a democratic society if you don't stand for something. And not only stand for something, but stand against something and point out the issue that you're standing against. That this is the problem that I find in if you look at Franklin Roosevelt's rhetoric against the original America Firsters, right? The original ones, the Charles Lindbergh ones, the ones that actually
Yeah.
did stuff cut out for anybody else?
he said he was saying, I welcome your hatred because your ideas suck. And you know what? Not a single fucking Democrat. No one at the top of the ticket was willing to stand for me. No one at the top of the ticket was, twice in the fucking in the entire election were me and mine even mentioned by the Democrats. It's like, oh well, of course we appreciate our trans brothers and sisters. No, honey, you don't get it. They are willing to kill us, and you are willing to let us go because we're
Yep. No, see that Stephanie's having this problem that her signal goes in and out on her, so we wind up losing half a sentence.
I'm sorry, I have to say, Shaky, since you're gonna cry about like, oh, sorry for having an opinion, dude, you don't live here. Cis white men in this country, oh my god, the fucking pros. Cis white men in this country are already extremely unaffected by what fucking happens here and what laws get passed and what fucking goddamn like what actually goes on here. So if you don't even actually live in this country, no, you're not going to be affected by what happens when our electoral process gets fucked up, when we end up with another fucking fascist piece of shit back in office again, when they start passing laws that affect people that live here. No, you won't be affected. So yeah, I'm not going to take your input about our politics as seriously as I would somebody that does live here that is going to be affected. I'm sorry. That's just how it really is. Like, for sure. You have no stake in the politics here. Like, you have no stake in it. You're not going to be affected by it. So I'm not going to pay attention as much, especially when all you're doing is just putting out fucking negative shit about basically the left wing here. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, if you think that we're not doing enough, why don't you fucking move back and fucking do something then? You don't live here, so I don't really care if you don't think that Democrats or the left wing or whoever isn't doing enough. Because you're not voting, you're not affected by our laws. I mean, if even if you were voting and lived here, you would barely be affected by what's happening, but you don't. So you're completely unaffected. No, I care what people of color have to say. I care what trans people have to say. I care what gay people have to say, because they're the people that are actually going to be fucked by the laws that fucking Project 2024, these fucking psychos are going to try to fucking pass as soon as that bitch takes office. Yeah, like those are the people that are actually going to get fucked first. So that's who I care, like, whose opinion about what the fuck's going on here. First and foremost.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I had a very righteous rant there. I'm sorry if people lost it because God damn it.
Yeah, I'm sorry you got cut off in the middle again. You were going good there, but we didn't get.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's like, well, this thing it doesn't cost very much, but it's like, you know what? StreamYard's fucking y'all. StreamYard's fucking y'all. It's not stable, it's not cool, and it doesn't work. So if you want to continue to have conversations, do it somewhere else. It sucks. Don't pay for it. A damn dime for it. It sucks. You can have 6 people in your stream on StreamYard for free. Why pay any money at all? Just saying.
Yeah.
You can have 15 people on your stream in Talk Studio for $20 a month. Just saying. This
Okay.
platform sucks.
Terry's in here asking about the Panama Canal thing. We had talked about that,
You know,
an
about
hour
the
or so
Panama
ago, but
Canal? Know about the Panama Canal? You know who's gonna put the kibosh on the whole thing? The People's Republic of China. Because the People's Republic of China and the Panama and the state of Panama, the country of Panama, have been working the drill for 30 years now. Trump's that yeah, I just can't believe. And China plays a long game, and Trump plays a like. Can I get out of jail now? Can I just fucking stay away?
yeah, well, Trump can't play a long game because he can't remember what he said 2 days ago.
And he's also a million years old, and it really doesn't matter. And he's the kind of individual who thinks that he's immortal when he's actually going to die in a few years.
I wish I didn't remember what I said like a couple of days ago. Despite being a pothead, I seem to like have like an elephant memory, and I remember what every person around me has said for like ever, and it's all cataloged in there. Like, yes, I remember when you made this racist comment on. Let me look it up. On December 20th in 2019. I remember that. I remember that. It's terrible. It's fucked up.
I mean,
So.
well, the problem, God, the problem I have.
I assume it's a problem.
My cousin nearly died of polio, and people can't seem to recall that there was a time when that was not preventable. I mean, I don't understand. I think the Salk vaccine was approved for general distribution in 1957. I was born in 1953. Do you not understand? Do you not understand that there are people alive who could tell you how devastating poliomyelitis was infant.
Yeah, I think
Not understand that this is a disease that was effectively eliminated because of a vaccine. And the person that's coming into the fucking administration is basically saying, well, that's all bullshit.
excuse me.
Because it doesn't matter. The facts don't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing fucking matters. I can sit here and talk until my face is blue about science, about study, about and literally on almost any subject, up to and including fucking polio. And it won't matter. So
Yeah, I think a lot of the
survival.
problem.
That we're not arguing facts, we're arguing survival. and we're either going to surrender to a bunch of fucking lunatics who think Jeebus is coming to raise us all into the fucking clouds, or we're gonna leave a world wherein people don't believe that fucking nonsense anymore. Fucking
Yeah.
sick of this.
I think a big part of the problem is that people don't remember because we had improved things so much that, for a lot of the younger people who were voting, the worst time they saw was that recession we had in 2018.
They can't even fucking remember.
Yeah, but when we're saying about how bad it's going to be, if Trump gets to do everything he wants to do, they're thinking we're being hyperbolic because they don't think it could possibly ever get that bad. Nobody remembers history, so we're going to have to go through it all again.
I feel like people don't learn history to begin with to even remember it, and people don't pay attention or care enough to learn history. Plus, to be honest, there's so fucking much stuff to learn, and so many details within stories that fucking it's a lot. It is a lot. What just gets me is the MAGA people that are real hardcore about basically about the pilgrims and shit, and I'm just sitting here oh, you dumb motherfuckers, you don't know anything about the fucking anything about this history of this time period. You don't know shit. They never fucking do, and very few of them are even actually related to. None of them are descendants of the pilgrims. So it's absurd.
Well,
and it's weird.
A lot of the MAGA people said they voted for Trump because he had promised to get rid of Obamacare. But they're now panicking about the idea that the ACA is going to go away. They didn't realize that those are both the same thing. They hate one of them because it's got Obama's name on it.
Yeah.
They rely on the other one for their health insurance. So yeah, if Trump just gets rid of that, there's going to be a ton more people who have no health insurance again.
Is it wrong that I don't feel bad for those people, the people that are literally you're that fucking racist that you're mad about the word Obamacare, but you are one of the people that is absolutely dependent on the Affordable Health Care Act, and that you cannot afford to take care of yourself otherwise. I don't feel bad for people like that.
Well, I don't feel bad for those people, but the problem is that along with it, that a lot of people who voted against Trump will also lose their health insurance.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't feel bad for them, but I'm saying I don't feel bad for the people
that's
they remind me of the
where I'm
people
making the distinction. That's all.
They remind me of stories of these motherfuckers during the Civil War that are dying on the fucking battlefield and are so fucking racist that when a black nurse came up to try to help them, they refused to be touched. You know what I mean? Let your ass die then. Die then. If you're that fucking much of a bigoted piece of shit, you're that hateful that you won't even fucking help your damn self.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Well, right through World War II, the Red Cross maintained 2 separate blood banks because white men were still so worried about if they got blood from a black man. You know what I mean? If you're in a bad enough state that you need more blood than your body can produce, I don't think you should be too picky about the skin color of who you got it from.
Sorry, I came down to leave treats out for my cat nephew. Oh, come back, little man. Come on. I have some catnip and treats. Come back. Oh, you're so cute.
Hey,
I have Ethan.
look at your comment about boomers voting to deport their own health caretakers. I understand exactly what you're saying, but please, let's not use boomers. How about we use stupid people voting? Because a lot of us boomers have been hippies all for the last 50 fucking years. And
Well, it was mainly
do not sell out. Okay.
It was mainly Gen X that was the fucking real problem there, as far as the majority of fucking the people that in Gen X they're the people that came out to fucking vote for Trump.
Well, see, I don't like to divide any of that up by what generation you are. It's individual opinions.
But it's not something that can be ignored. It's not something that can be ignored. You can look at the demographics and see that yes, Gen X overwhelmingly voted for Trump. Millennials and Gen Z very much did not vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they did. No.
Well, yeah, demographics true, but you also don't want to make enemies of people who would help you. We can't afford to do that.
But when they're not, like they are my enemy. Like that's the thing though. It's like, okay, I mean, when somebody is damn sure old enough to fucking know better, and when they have done nothing in their entire life to fucking change anything, and they literally are my enemy because they're trying to pass laws that will either fucking kill me or kill my friends, then yeah, they are my enemy. And they're not going to fucking help. They're definitely not. If anything, they're literally trying to fucking eliminate some of us. So, fuck that. You want to pass laws against miscegnation, then basically you're telling me you don't want me to exist. So you are my enemy. Like, I'm not friends with these people. Speaking of demographics, there's a fuckload of mixed race women that came out to fucking vote for Trump. So, people that are not my friends, some of them are my own motherfucking people.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, Trump also, I believe, got the majority of black men.
Oh, definitely not the majority. 30%, 90% of black women voted for Kamala, 91%. But that's to be expected because black women are always coming out to do the fucking work. And
hey, you guys think that when Trump has our forearms tattooed with our serial number, do you think we'll be able to choose which font they use?
Comic Sans.
Perfect response.
Okay, why is the Comic Sans font so universally hated?
It's ugly. It's ugly, and it makes me think of like old like fucking GeoCities websites like back in like the fucking early 90s that like everybody used that freaking Comic Sans font. It was like, ugh.
Okay, I'm not trying to defend it. I just wanted opinions. Yeah, I am technically a boomer myself, depending what year you cut it off at.
64.
Yep. Well, I was born in 64.
And you're a boomer.
Yep.
Hey, boo boo. You are a boomer.
But I have been a Democrat all my life because I grew up knowing that, the life we had and the things we had, such as medical insurance, we would not have had if it wasn't for my father's union. So I've always been a Democrat because they had been the party that supported the unions. Although they seem to have pretty much abandoned them now too.
No,
Well, I think
they
that's
talk to them every
because
4 years when they want their votes.
I think there's a big problem with people in my generation not even understanding the importance of unions because things are so I don't want to say comfortable. Things still
Yeah.
suck, but they're so much more comfortable than they could be because of unions essentially. And I feel like, millennials and Gen Z don't really understand the importance of them as many
Yeah.
people. There's certainly people that
Oh
do,
no.
but
Yeah, I agree. That it's only quite recently, just the last few years, that like the people who work in Starbucks have, you know, reached the point of, hey, this is really fucked up, but maybe if we all will work together as one group instead of individually, maybe we can do something.
yeah, Starbucks like anti-union activities is part of why I mean, one of the many reasons why I haven't been to Starbucks in a long time.
I mostly
Not
don't
in
go to
my city.
Starbucks
There's
because I hate coffee.
what? What? How do you
I
hate
have never
how do
liked coffee, never in my life.
even espresso, even like a delicious like mocha-y like espresso that like is
No,
actually
no,
like made
no,
well.
because that word mocha says it's going to taste like coffee. I don't want to touch it. I
But
think
it's
mocha
delicious.
is just a horrible way that you've ruined chocolate.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
No, you've made it
Like
taste
when
like
you
coffee.
no when you get like a really well made cup of espresso, it's not a big cup, but a little cup of espresso, you can taste like you can taste the cacao, you can taste the chocolate flavor.
No, my late fiance said that I made great coffee. Oh, great! Now Stephanie's invisible as well.
God, really?
I can see you in the little frame at the bottom, but up here, all I see is your name tag. There's no picture.
It's been like that for half an hour.
Honestly, well, half an hour. I've been away for quite some time because Streamlabs sucks. You're terrible, terrible fucking app. And they've done something.
It's your connection. It's not your software. It's not your computers. It's not us. It's not StreamYards. It's your IP crappy lines.
It's not though.
Well, Jenny
Steph, have
Mage
you
and I
tried
use
connecting
I
to
StreamYard
would
every
I would
week.
agree with you. I would agree with you, Jenny, if it.
Jenny Mage and I use StreamYard every week, and we don't have the problems you're talking about.
I understand that, but
You know,
every maybe it is. Maybe it's some peculiar thing. But every other IV Mux, Talk Studio,
Yeah.
I've never had a problem with any. The only piece of streaming software that has given me an issue in my current location is this one.
Steph, have you tried like connecting from your phone and using that fucking
Yeah.
app thing?
Okay.
Yep.
Because that's the
Yep.
only way that I can connect to StreamYards is using the app.
Yep.
Otherwise, like I get booted off and shit too.
Okay.
It sucked.
The
It works fine
apostate
when I use the app.
sisters. The apostate sisters are standing by, and they're scheduled to pick this up in 20 minutes. So
Cool.
they're ready to
Anyway,
take over.
But I didn't come here to bitch about fucking StreamYard because
And unfinished journey. I am not a communist. I am a socialist, but I'm not a communist.
Communism is so stupid. You guys,
Uh,
it's all these kids who are born after 1989 who think communism is this wonderful thing. It's not. It is
I
so
think
ripe for a
Marxism is
dictatorship.
stupid.
More than any other form of government. Communism is right there
Yeah.
to fall into a
It's
dictatorship like it did in Russia.
Yeah.
And Russia was a horrible, horrible, horrible place to live since 1917. Okay, and it still is. They damaged
I
themselves
mean,
so
I think it
badly
was
they
also a
still
horrible
can't
place to live before then.
get it back together.
Yeah. Well,
I think it was also a horrible place before 1970, but I don't necessarily think it is communism as a whole that is stupid. I think it's Marxism that is outdated beyond fucking belief. And anybody trying to apply it to modern politics needs to fucking goddamn
Fair,
get
well,
it.
I
fair
don't
enough.
know about
I'm
the
referring to
political part.
the communism of Russia from in
Yeah.
the Cold War is our biggest example of
Bolsheviks
it.
then.
Well, that
all
Marxism.
we
and what China is
have.
now.
So if you took Adam Smith at his word, right, Jenny? I mean, if you took The Wealth of Nations, if you take that book and just look at what he's saying, you would find that Adam Smith and Karl Marx
Boy, she always gets booted at the punchline.
Yeah. Well, like
you would find that Adam Smith and Karl Marx agreed on a whole bunch of stuff. Adam Smith writing in 1776 and Karl Marx writing in 1876. One considered to be the founder of capitalist thought, and one considered to be the founder of communist thought. But people don't think about realities. What's the, what I see is, all right, there are these theories, but how does it turn out in reality? How does it play out in reality? How do we experience life? I'm a fan of Adam Smith's thinking.
I experienced it with
For
great frustration.
yeah, but in other ways, I'm very happy with Marx's thinking. But I've never. I think that using the words communist and capitalist don't really express what we're living in today. I think that
I mean,
there
we
are
do live in a
ways of.
capitalist country, but
Oh yeah, we do. We live in we live. I think that we live in an increasingly
oligarchical.
Yeah.
Oligarchical? Is that how you say it?
Oligarchy, yes.
the oligarchy. I'm not sure what the other
an
form would be, but
oligarchic
yeah.
system that is almost regressive enough to bring us back to feudalism.
Yeah.
As a system of economic organization where the lords get the land. I mean, in feudalism it was land. Now it's imaginary land, and the lords get to define what the land is, and the lords get to artificially intelligent.
Yeah.
The worst thing that we're facing with all of our politics in America, as far as I'm concerned, It's the fact that there are so many Americans who are absolutely butt ass stupid that they fucked around in school, all the way to 12th grade and didn't
Yeah.
learn a goddamn thing because they're too busy trying to be cool. That look, I don't study, I'm cool, getting smart is like dumb, and these are people who can't even pick out the United States on a fucking world map. And I'm serious. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
I
You don't even know where you fucking live.
I
And,
made
and
a meme as
let's
a joke that
let's
I found a blank map of Europe, and I put it up as a meme with the text that said most Americans can't identify their own state on a blank map. And
Thank
I
God mine
can't
is shaped
believe
like a
how
penis.
I can't believe how many comments under that proved they didn't even realize that wasn't a map of the US. That people were actually trying to claim that like France was Ohio and shit like that.
Okay, could I finish my point now?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
The point I was going to try to make is that there's no such thing as a pure political system. There's no such thing as pure capitalism. There's no such thing as poor socialism, poor
Yeah.
communism, poor democratic socialism. All of them have blended together into one big mess. It's the way humans behave. Every one of those systems has features that fit inside of each of our own personalities and behaviors. Some piece of it somewhere in you. Capitalism it does not thrive on inequality and failure. Okay, or suffering. It 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 produces that. Okay, it thrives on suckers. Okay, and it produces that
There you go.
inequality, and it inevitably has to. Okay, capitalism has to end up that way. It has to end up in what we're facing now with the rich people now turning into an oligarchy, because that's the method of capitalism. What pisses me off about our country and the fucking idiots is that they scream and yell, "Oh, socialism, socialism," when nobody's talking socialism or communism. We're talking social democracy. And then they still think it's the same thing because it has the word social in it, and they don't realize that their pension is socialist, and their education system is socialist, and their highways are socialist, and their fire department and their police department and their military. We are a socialist social
Military is
democracy.
the most socialist institution in the United States is the U.S. military, and there are so many vets that hate socialism. My
Well,
God.
it
That's
would
They
be
don't
because none
understand
of
what
them have been educated on it. They've been offered the education on it, but they're too stupid to take it.
it would be impossible to have any kind of infrastructure without some socialism.
I think that they haven't that I think that what's happening there in that space is no human system is ever going to be perfect. So if the VA is fucking you over, then it's socialist. And this is where we fall apart. It's like, well, the U.S. military is very socialist. It's like, yeah, and I hated it. So that this is where we lose people. It's really fucking hard. Nuance is hard, but that's not my game. I'm a fucking sailmaker. I'm a sailor. That's not my game. I want my fucking politicians to make that case. I want them to fucking if you see what I mean.
You dropped out, Steph. We missed a big chunk of it.
Of course you did. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, but we missed everything you said between fucking.
Would it maybe
Well,
help if you
fucking,
turned the camera
well,
off?
it fucking
so that we
pisses
could-
me off that our politicians don't understand that that they need to be the people making the connection between the deprivation that veterans are perceiving and and the where the shit winds up. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like there's a connection that
Well, with the Veterans Affairs, there's no excuse for it. You know, the amount of money we spend on the military, there is no
Elon Musk
federal
doesn't
house
want
this
you
won't
to
be
get
easily
your
funded.
veterans benefits, and somebody should fucking be saying that, and nobody fucking will. Nobody fucking will. Elon Musk doesn't want veterans to get their veterans benefits. Neither does Jeff Bezos. Neither does Mark Cuban. Neither do any of these motherfuckers. They just want their fucking money. And nobody's playing that. Nobody's playing that game. And they need to be playing that game. When somebody starts playing that game for reals, guess what? We will win. When we fight, we will win, but you gotta fucking fight. You can't sit on your ass and say, well, oh, well, you know, it's okay. But, you know, it's okay. We let the black folk follow the.
Yeah.
In the fight, we lose. You motherfucking idiots. If we're not in the fight, we lose. And you motherfuckers haven't been in the fight for many fucking decades.
Carrie Ann, you wrote your last comment. I want you all to take a look at that. Thank you for putting it up. And I want you to understand that when I read that, I thought you said elongate muskie season, and being up here in the north woods of Wisconsin, Minnesota, that means make the season for catching muskies longer.
Yep.
Yeah, he's an elongated muskrat.
Yeah.
I hope at least a portion of that particular rant got out there, because god damn it, I'm pissed.
Listen, I'm not buying a Tesla.
Oh,
I've been
what
collecting-
about
I've been collecting pictures of crashed and burned cyber trucks.
Yeah.
cyber
They're
trucks?
everywhere.
They're so ugly.
I've seen 2 cyber trucks around here. I honestly have never seen a Tesla around here.
Oh, they're
What?
around.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
they're
from what I have
ubiquitous.
heard, they don't like cold weather very much. So I don't think they've been a big seller around here.
No, they're fine. There are plenty of them here, man, and you know they're fine. But they're nothing special. They're overpriced.
I'm not hating on the car itself. He hires good engineers, but he's a
Exactly.
piece of trash human, and I'm not gonna fucking.
No,
Yeah,
he does.
I'm not
he's a
gonna
He does not
shithead.
hire good
$1
engineers.
for his life.
Tesla was going down the tubes, and the only way they survived was just how SpaceX survived. They told Elon Musk to get the fuck out of here while we're trying to run this company, because you're a fucking incompetent idiot. Okay, SpaceX has told him that. Tesla has told him that. All of his little peoples have told him that. Stay
Wow.
away. Shut up.
Well, here's the worrisome thing. Donald Trump is the person that we're trusting to tell him to shut the fuck up and go away. This is the thing. It's like, why don't we grow up and actually look at how American democracy is structured? Let's maybe pay attention to the distinctions in the Constitution. But what,
We're at 5 minutes. We should probably try and wrap this up some.
the thing that we lost most fundamentally in the last 3 years, anyway, is the court. I'm glad that Biden got people appointed to the courts. That's great. We're on the razor's edge is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And God damn it, we need to figure out a way.
Well, Jenny
Go.
is right. Our time's running out, so we need to do a wrap up here. So, Steph, where can people find you?
God knows. I don't know. Well,
Southern Maine,
tomorrow
just outside of
morning,
New Hampshire.
right? Yeah, just a little bit east. It's a little bit east of New Hampshire. You'll find me. I'm sitting here in Portland, Maine. You can find me here.
And Stephanie
The
is
timing of
also
those cutoffs.
on the transpositions every week.
Yeah, on the transpositions. Can you all hear me? I got a little winky thing with the.
Okay, you went out for a minute there, but you're back.
Yeah, am I back? Okay, on the transpositions, 0 hour Friday UTC, which is 8:00 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and you all figure it out for yourselves. That's the transpositions. We have a weekly news show. We're also going to be on, I believe, Christmas Day, 5:00 Central. Is that right, Crystal? I don't know. But we worked through a whole thing where we're actually going to be taking calls. We're going to have a call in
at 4 p.m. Central. Yeah, so the transpositions crew will be all together tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central.
Yeah, and I'll be here tomorrow at 6 a.m. my time, 5 a.m. Central. And yeah, but I won't be working with fucking StreamYard.
Well, try to give me a little bit of advanced lead on that stuff so I can gear up for what I'm supposed to have that day.
Yeah. Well, what do
Okay.
you need to have?
Knowing what software you're going to use so I can have something compatible.
All you need is you're going to be fine.
All I need is what? You cut out.
All you need is love.
Okay, I'll try to make that into a digital object.
Okay. Well, Jenny, you're just going to be on most of the streams here.
No, I'm not. Definitely not on most this year.
Oh, okay.
I'm done with that nonsense.
Okay.
I'm on Kentucky Atheist at around 1:00 or so, and then tomorrow morning with Steph and Godless Granny later in the day, and of course tomorrow Wednesday will be the standard Mid America.
Yep.
Yeah,
at 2 p.m. Central.
Oh yeah, and of course on Boxing Day we will be having our usual transpositions show. So we have a couple of really interesting interviews going on. So check that out.
And I'm ready to
American, I
reschedule
don't
anytime
observe
you
Boxing
want.
Day.
What was that, Tsunami?
I said, I'm American. I don't observe Boxing Day.
Really?
I'll box
you don't
you.
put the gloves on and go out and celebrate by cold cocking your neighbors?
Oh, I gotta fight the squirrels outside. I got enough fucking combat to fucking deal with.
Okay.
They
Well,
they fuck with my shit. My crows, they're bad boys. I mean, I do feed them too, but
okay. So Sumami, how about you?
It's 8 o'clock.
You got
y'all
you
know
got
my
anything you want to plug?
stuff. Wait, what?
You got anything you want to plug before we go?
Yeah, y'all know my channel, Sumami. I gotta figure out OBS before I can like basically stream anything because I don't really I didn't was not prepared. That or I need to find a
Okay.
producer.
Okay. Yep. And Jenny already plugged my show, so I see the Apostate Sisters are down to a 12-second countdown.
8, 7,
So we will
6.
all jump over there, and in case any of you are having trouble getting over there, here is the link to their show that is starting right now.
Bye, y'all.
Bye bye. Okay, I gotta go. Bye bye.
Bye.